Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. My name is Kiris. I'm starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is your astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, November 2nd through Saturday, November 8th, 2025. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. Sunday, the sun's day, we start off the week with Venus at home in Libra and Jupiter exalted in Cancer. Now, Venus and Jupiter, they are making a square to each other. These are cardinal signs of the zodiac, Libra and Cancer, and the square is a gentle, soft square between Venus and Jupiter because Venus and Jupiter are the greater and lesser benefics in astrology, the two goodies, and they are divinely placed by dignity, their essential dignity, which is Venus at home in Libra and then Jupiter exalted in Cancer, making a square to each other. This is taking the action of having a beautiful home and family filled with love. Venus is the planet of love, marriage, and romance. Now, Venus, when she's home in her home sign of Libra, that again is very strong with the square to Jupiter exalted in Cancer. Cancer is your home and family, your emotions. So this Venus-Jupiter square is the prompting, the highlight from the universe, the cosmos, to take the action to create a beautiful home and family filled with love. It is so essential. It's everything in life. And if you already have the blessing of this beautiful home and family, to see where you can make the improvements to make the relationships even stronger. Venus in Libra, that's all about the harmony and the peace, the relationships. Again, the Jupiter exalted in Cancer. This is a very fertile placement, by the way, if you're wanting to have children or more children, but it's all about the love and just that foundation of closeness and connection. We are wired to be together. We are wired for connection. It's just a beautiful, beautiful cosmic aspect to start off the week on the sun's day. We also have the moon moving into cardinal fire Aries, first sign of the zodiac, that says, here I am, this is who I am and what I want to be. Now, the moon in Aries makes a sextile aspect to Uranus in Gemini, and then a sextile aspect of opportunity to Pluto in Aquarius, and a fire trine flow to Mercury in Sagittarius. These aspects here with the elements of fire and air are very exciting, very alive. The moon in Aries is a brand new chapter, phase of your life with all of the enthusiasm and anticipation in a very positive, happy way as we are starting off this week. Beautiful with that moon in Aries, which is very bold in putting it all out there, expressing who and what you are. The moon is what we need and want, and Aries is the innovator, the inventor. Aries is all about trying something new. Just go with your moon in Aries instinct, which is put it all out there like a fire sign, trailblaze and invent, and just go for it with this moon in Aries making these aspects of opportunity. Again, blending the air and the fire. The air feeds the fire, the ideas, the concepts. Really nice way to start off the week with these aspects here. Monday, the moon's day, November 3rd. You have heard the old saying by Theodore Roosevelt, speak softly, but carry a big stick. We have Mars, the planet of action and getting things done, in its domicile, its home placement of Scorpio, making a water trine flow to very soft and dreamy, quiet Neptune in Pisces. This water trine flow between Mars and Neptune is again a lot of inner power and strength. This is the Mars in Scorpio. It's fortitude. It's going to keep going until it reaches the goal no matter what. with the water trine flow, which is the support of your emotions, how you feel, and emotions are energy, making this water trine flow to Neptune in Pisces, which is your dream, your imagination, what it is that you are thinking about, dreaming about for the future and something creative. This is always the element of water. So whatever it is that you are planning, keep it to yourself, be quiet about it. This is the speak softly but carry a big stick, meaning you don't have to go around announcing and being loud about your plans, but just know that the fortitude of water will eventually accomplish that goal. We also have the moon in Aries making a conjunction to Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. This is a desire for a whole new sense of self-expression, who and what you are. Aries is I am. And Aries is original, needs to be the first to do something. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It wants to give birth to something that is different and unique. The Venus at home in Libra is making an inconjunct aspect of adjustments and changes to Saturn in Pisces, and the moon in Aries makes an inconjunct aspect of changes and adaptations to the sun, very strongly placed in Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and Mars is in its essential dignity, its home sign. So these changes and adaptations, they promote and they support you doing something new, innovative, very courageous. That's always the Aries component, and something that you love so much, it excites you. That's the Aries component, but also something that you feel like you could stay or stick with it forever, to keep going. This is the Sun and Mars in Scorpio, which just keeps going. It's the distance. So what is it that you love so much you feel like you could just do it forever and forever? Tuesday, Mars's day, has Mars changing signs. Mars leaves its essential dignity in fixed water Scorpio and moves into mutable fire Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. Mars is all about taking the action. So with Mars now entering the sign of Sagittarius, this is a restless quality. It's the feeling, the need for adventure, to do something different, to travel. Sagittarius rules over foreign countries, traveling, long distance travel. Sagittarius and Mars in Sagittarius is also higher knowledge. It's philosophical. It brings in that big picture question of what is this all about? Big picture. Along with Mars moving into Jupiter-ruled Sagittarius, which again is that need for change, it's a restless feeling. The Mars entering Sagittarius reminds me of the song by Willie Nelson, On the Road Again, Just Can't Wait to Get on the Road Again. The planet Mars is also physical activity. This is changing up your exercise routine. If you've been putting off physical activity and exercise just to begin with, start an exercise program. Mars is connected to the muscles, movement, the motion. So what all of this is combining and putting together is it's a restless quality of need for adventure, to be on the road again, to move again, to get physical again. Fire is health, it's vitality, it is your strength, especially when it is together with the planet Mars. We also have the waxing gibbous moon entering the sign of Taurus. It's exaltation placement. Fixed Earth Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is still at home in Libra. This is just so much love going around. The moon in Taurus makes an inconjunct aspect of changes and adjustments to Mars now in Sagittarius, which is saying, get moving, take that trip, you're restless. So this is bringing in the feel of what is it that you love and you want to go there. The moon in Taurus makes a square aspect to Pluto in Aquarius, and then an inconjunct aspect to Mercury in Sagittarius. Now the moon square Pluto in Aquarius is going deep and really feeling into where is your next destination. It speaks to you. It can be something where you feel that there would be a feeling of knowing, deja vu, like you've been there before. This is the Pluto in Aquarius. You will find out and feel into, because the moon is all about your emotions and how you feel. You will feel into where it is that you feel called. It's more than just travel, which is wonderful, but it's a feeling of calling that you must go there. There is something to discover with the Pluto in Aquarius that will transform your life and your outlook somehow with the moon square Pluto in Aquarius. Wednesday, Mercury's Day, November 5th, we have the exact moment of the full moon at 13 degrees Taurus. Now, the full moon is when the light and the consciousness of the sun is reflected back to us as the moon accepts and reflects like a mirror back to us our true inner self-image and also what the consciousness of the sun is trying to highlight for us. Now, the full moon in Taurus, what this is reflecting back for us is, what do you have of value, a talent you were born with, something that you just have the knack for, that has value not only for yourself, but value on the marketplace of the world. The world is a marketplace forever and forever, and it must be this way. Marketplace meaning exchanging service for service, some type of good for good, meaning value for value. You have a blanket, I have bread, let's make an exchange. So the full moon is bringing into the consciousness and the awareness of what it is that you have, that people, that the marketplace would be more than happy to exchange what you have of value for what they have of value. And it must be this way, this system of trade, commerce, and exchange of goods and services for goods and services. The world is a marketplace is an old Yoruba saying, by the way, and unless you want to build your own house, grow your own food, be your own doctor, be your own dentist, make your own clothes, unless you want to just spend your life taking care of the survival things of life, the world must be a marketplace. Now, if you want to do that, just live that way, you're certainly free to do that, to not exchange and just make your life about survival needs. But we as human beings with our mind and brain and imagination are not designed inherently. We're not wired to just think about survival needs and that's it. I always think about the Wright brothers, two brothers from the Midwest, Ohio, with barely a high school education, that over 100 years ago said, we're going to perfect the airplane and fly people through the sky all across the world. Now just imagine, it's 1903, and again, your two brothers in the middle of nowhere saying that you're going to build an aircraft with people in it that will fly and fly all over the world. Now that is an outrageous thought and imagining for that time and place. We were barely off the horse and buggy. The car had recently also been invented, the Model T. So you as a human being and a cosmic being have much more to offer than to just think about basic survival needs. And this is why, or one of the reasons why, the world is a marketplace and must be a marketplace. So the full moon in Taurus is highlighting for you, what do you have of value? And you have something, because every person does, that perhaps comes so naturally to you that you don't think of it as a talent, a gift, and something of value that people would be willing to exchange what you have of value for what they have of value. But this is the highlight of the full moon in Taurus, ruled by Venus. That is beautiful astrological energy. And Venus brings in the component of one, it's something that you love. And also, Venus is the artist, meaning what is it that you are creating and wanting to create that has value. It's unique and different to every individual, but to just stay in survival mode for your whole life and not exchange service for service, we're just not wired that way as souls, Imagineers, people with minds and thoughts that go way past and beyond just the physical needs of the body and survival. My most favorite thing to do as an astrologer is to look at your astrology chart and point out, do you know you have a talent for this? The chart says you have a gift for that. I love to do that with people because so many times a person will have something that is just a knack. It's natural to them that they don't really think of it as a gift that they were born with. So highlighting this for a person is just a wonderful thing to say, you've got a gift for this, pursue this. If you're still trying to find out what it is that you have as a gift and something of value, then just go to what inspires you. What makes you want to go further and reach higher? The inspiration will give you the major clue as far as what you have a natural talent and gift for, which is being highlighted for us, illuminated for us with this full moon in Taurus. Taurus is also Gaia, nature, Mother Earth, and your connection of what it is that you have that is just, it's your nature. It's natural to who and what you are. This full moon in Taurus that we have once a year is yet again another reminder to know your true nature and be true to it. That is the answer you're looking for. We also have today the full moon in Taurus making a sextile aspect of opportunity to Jupiter exalted in Cancer. These are very healing components. Taurus, which is Earth, blending very harmoniously with Jupiter in Cancer, Cancer being water. So this is the inner healing and peace that comes from the moon, which is your desire, what you truly want and need, making a connection of opportunity to Jupiter exalted in Cancer, which is your home, your family, and going to that place, taking that journey. This is Jupiter exalted in Cancer, where you are connected to your emotional body. This is the sign of Cancer. And when you do that, when you are connected to the truth of how you feel, your emotional body, your intuition, this is the sign of Cancer, then you are at home no matter where you go on Earth or through the cosmos. You are home because you are connected to yourself, the truth of who you are. The planet Jupiter is the planet of truth and honesty. Jupiter exalted in Cancer is the honest, truthful way you feel connected to your emotions, how you really feel. The worst lies are the lies that we tell ourselves, especially in the area of how we feel. Thursday, Jupiter's Day, we start off the day with the moon still exalted in Taurus, making a sextile aspect of opportunity to Saturn in Pisces, and in conjunct to Venus at home in Libra. The moon exalted in Taurus makes a sextile aspect of opportunity to Neptune in Pisces. This is just so much art and beauty. It's the creative imagination off the charts. We have Mars in Sagittarius making a sextile aspect of opportunity to Pluto in Aquarius. This is the Mars-Pluto really as a driving force and determination. This is knowing where you want to go, and also the knowing that nothing is going to stop you with this Mars sextile Pluto in Aquarius. The cosmos is highlighting for you to not give up on yourself, no matter what you may be going through. do not give up on yourself. The Mars and the Pluto, Mars making a sextile to Pluto in Aquarius, which is transformation, is not only the determination, but it's also do not give up on yourself, because you can and will transform your life. The moon then moves into mutable air Gemini ruled by Mercury. It makes a conjunction to the planet Uranus in Gemini. These are very unique and original thoughts, concepts, and ideas. Venus in Libra makes an inconjunct aspect to Neptune in Pisces. Libra and Pisces, they reflect each other. They have an underneath understanding of how to create your vision, your dream as an artist. The moon in Gemini makes an air trine flow to Pluto in Aquarius. The moon in Gemini makes an opposition to Mars in Sagittarius. These cosmic energies are just highlighting for us, be open-minded to learning anything and everything and having a different perspective on what it is that is being presented to you as a new way of thinking and perceiving. We also have Venus, the Queen of Heaven, the jewel in the night sky, leaving her home sign, her castle of Libra, and moving into fixed water Scorpio. Now, when Venus goes into what's called her detriment, her exile, Venus in Scorpio is the opposite, the furthest away from her natural home sign. Venus is at home in Taurus and in Libra. So with this Venus entering Scorpio, this is a reminder that love is not a battlefield and you can't go on together with suspicious minds. Venus is all about harmony and peace and the pleasure and enjoyment of love and life and laughter. But when she goes into her exile of Mars-ruled Scorpio, this is Venus going into warrior territory, because Mars is very warlike and aggressive. So what happens here is that in your relationship, all your relationships, suspicions, jealousy, it just doesn't work, because it's like Venus going into a battlefield where that is not where Venus is at home. That is not where Venus belongs. So keep the peace, keep the jealousy and the accusations, keep the suspicious mind, the suspicions, the jealousy, keep that in check. Be more aware of if and when that comes out in you, if you are feeling that. This is the Venus in Scorpio. It's just something we need to elevate and be more aware of, that love is also trust, not jealousy, battlefields, and suspicions. We also have Venus in Scorpio making an inconjunct aspect to the planet Uranus in Gemini, and then the moon in Gemini makes an opposition to Mercury, which are the words in its detrimental placement of Sagittarius. So always count to 10 before you say anything in relationship and everywhere else in your life, with Venus having just entered Scorpio. Before you say anything, just really try to think it through and take a pause before you speak. Friday, Venus's Day, November 7th, we have the outer generational planet Uranus going back into the sign of Taurus. Now, Uranus is the planet of expect the unexpected. Taurus is our security, our safety, our money, also the talents and abilities we have, what we have of value. So with Uranus re-entering the sign of Taurus, which hasn't happened, it's an outer generational planet, takes a long time for the planet Uranus to go through one division of the sky or sign of the zodiac. The last time we had this was back in the Depression era. So always pay yourself first. Get into that habit where you have some backup, something that makes you feel reassured, something you can count on that is solid. This is the Uranus re-entering the sign of Taurus. We also have Venus and Scorpio making a square aspect to Pluto in Aquarius, the planet of transformation. This is a wonderful opportunity here to take the action with the square aspect and go into the part of yourself that is wanting to transform in a big way with the Venus in Scorpio. The moon is still in Gemini, making a sextile aspect of opportunity to Chiron in Aries, which is fire. Gemini is air. So exciting, where you feel into, this is the moon in Gemini, you feel into what your gut instinct is telling you as far as new and creative ways to have in your life that excitement. Moon sextile Chiron in Aries. The moon in Gemini then makes a square aspect of action to Saturn in Pisces. These are the emotions where clearing out, taking the action to clear out the addictions, the addictive behavior patterns. There are many forms of addiction. It's not always just drugs and alcohol. The moon, which is your emotions squaring Saturn in Pisces, is to take a really good look at what emotions do you get addicted to. Do you get addicted to joy and happiness, gratitude and positivity? Or do you get addicted to the emotions that are negative and not healthy for you, to say the least? This is the moon square Saturn in Pisces. Then as we close out the week on Saturday, Saturn's day, November 8th, we start off with the moon still in Gemini, making a square to Neptune in Pisces. The moon square Neptune in Pisces is feeling into the vision and dream-like state, meaning what comes to you through your dreams. It's essential. Keep a dream journal. If it's too much for you to write your dreams down, then record them as soon as you wake up and remember them, because the moon is the nighttime, it's the subconscious, it's the dreams with the moon in Gemini. This is your dreams communicating to you, and the square is take the action of writing down your dreams. This is the Neptune in Pisces. Later on in the day, the moon goes home to the sign of Cancer, where she is in her domicile, her castle. Moon in Cancer is the connection to your emotional body. It's very sensitive. It's so psychic and intuitive. It's the connection to the truth of how you feel. The moon in Cancer makes an inconjunct aspect to Pluto in Aquarius. This is really going on the deepest level of how you want to transform your mind and your life. The moon in Cancer then makes a water trine flow to Venus in Scorpio and in conjunct to Mars in Sagittarius. And then the moon makes an inconjunct aspect to Mercury in Sagittarius. So the moon is the connection. It's the psychic ability that you have. You are born with it. Everybody is. Listen to your intuition, your hunches, what it is that you're feeling, your emotional body. This is the moon in her castle in Cancer. And it's also the transformation with the water trine flow to Venus in Scorpio, and then those two inconjuncts. The moon in conjunct Mars and Mercury in fire. So this blending of water and fire. This is the steam of the engine. It's very stormy, yes, but it is also very passionate. It is that reminder that says that your emotions, let them be your guide with what it is that you want to create and have in your life as a dream, an attainable dream, not an impossible dream. And also, I just love the aspect of keeping the dream journal. Again, that should just be an essential component of your daily habits. And once you get into the habit of reviewing the dream, the subconscious state, which is what the moon represents, that's where so much of the hidden gold is. It's in and through the dreams that are trying to communicate to you when all of the distractions and the noise of the day, when that quiets down and you are in your moon mind or your emotional mind, the subconscious, that is where the treasure is. So keep that dream journal. Fabulous week this week with so many opportunities. So this is our astrology cosmic power for our new week ahead. Thank you, everyone. Have a fabulous week. I will see you all in the stars.